Okay, so here we are for our second ride, your dragon, and very exciting. And yeah, we hope that you had some practice, that you did do the first one at least a few times. Of course, the very first one we made is the base. So the more that you're familiar with that base of the stillness of the body, silence of the speech, and the spaciousness of the mind, the more that you're able to anchor your awareness, you could say inward awareness, into that state during meditation, but also during your daily life, everything you're doing. Like, for example, now, like, am I speaking from this source place, or am I speaking from, I don't know, another place, ego place, or pain place, or fear place, or whatever, you know. So it's always like really nice to take it back. And that's exactly the second one that we want to do. We want to really go into that same space, that source being, and rest there with our awareness, and then bring up what you could call pain identity. So pain body, pain speech, pain mind, and then turn it into bliss body, bliss speech, and bliss mind. So what shall I do? Or shall I explain it a little bit, or shall we just experience it? What do you think?
I'm unmuted. I think let's just do it. I don't think we need to explain too much. It's kind of something you just experience.
Right, I agree. I think one of the only things that I could do is to, because if for, okay, let's just nuance it a tiny little bit, because if you, for example, the most easy for me to recognize is pain speech, because it's really, it comes from the mouth and it's the words you're using. It's not only the words, but also the intonation that you use. For example, I have it, unfortunately, with my husband a lot, you know, like the people that you feel the most comfortable with, the people that know you the best, somehow when he will ask me, like, how was this event, or how was your, I don't know, date with your friend, or how was this or that, somehow, sometimes, not always, but thankfully, because I've been practicing what we're going to do now for years, but sometimes there will be some negative comment just coming out of me. I will say, yeah, it was, I don't know, the weather was super hot, or I couldn't sleep, or whatever, you know, like that complaining comes out. And this is exactly what we're meaning with pain body, pain speech, pain mind. In this case, it's pain speech. So it's a side of ourselves that is related to pain, you could say, but also maybe fear or tension or superiority, whatever, all these, you know, shadow sides. And they come up like this without really knowing. And then all of a sudden, without knowing, like you're complaining about something. Happily, like I've practiced enough and trained enough that I recognize it. And I go like, oh, low frequency. Okay, let's go high frequency again. And I can stop myself. But this is an example of pain speech, which you can also find in pain body, where you just automatically are doing things, and then all of a sudden realizing, oh, there's the awareness, what am I doing, right? That's pain body. And then there's pain mind, which most people are suffering from, which I think we went into it more in the first class, or Ride Your Dragon, you know, meditation class that we just made, where you have, what is it, 64,000 thoughts a day. Something like that. That would be pain mind, because pain mind, bliss mind is without thought. So you have no thoughts, and you're just like living through experience, living through feeling. So pain mind would be thinking about the past, thinking about the future, obsessively thinking, or judging the self, or absolutely just thinking, the thoughts, having thoughts. This would be pain mind. So this one is a little bit more difficult to catch, but once you have the pain body, pain speech, then it's more easy to catch the pain mind as well. So, and this, in our meditation, we're going to change it to bliss. Bliss body, bliss speech, bliss mind. So yeah, is there anything that we need to add to that, or?
I don't think so. I think we're covered.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, so let's start with our breath. So maybe just for a moment, we'll just breathe in a little deeper than normal and breathe out longer than normal. So if you're breathing in 4 seconds, maybe breathe out 6. So, and really try to breathe into very deeply into the belly, into the abdomen, into the belly, into even the soles of your feet, like really deeply into the body. And then out, like deeply out. And when you breathing out, just feel like you're breathing out tension. You're breathing out identity. You even make a sound if you wish. Sometimes it's very relieving just to make like kind of a sound there, just to release. And for those that had a busy day, stressful day, or maybe busy, stressful night, you can lift your shoulders up and breathe in, and then breathe out. Really falling the shoulders. And you do it 3 times. It really says to your body, this is one of those Tao practices. You're really saying to your body, it's okay. We survived. Everything is good. So let's do the same with our face. So the eyes, just make them very, very soft. The muscles around the eyes, the muscles around the mouth, everything is very, very soft. So you're dropping all the masks that you wear normally during the day that you need, but now you don't need any appearance, any mask. Just relax your face. Your face becomes more round, more soft, more relaxed. And so then we will travel into our eyes. So turn the light of the eyes inwards and feel yourself moving into the middle of the head. Where you can feel, see, sense. But when you rest your awareness in the middle of the head, so in this location in the body, you feel, see, sense, or imagine. We can always start with our imagination just to open that experience to a very subtle flow of prana, or a very subtle flow of life force. You just like feel, see, sense this sense of deeply resting the awareness in this location, allowing the body to respond. And this very simple resting, or this very simple connection of the awareness in this location of the body creates this flow, this magic, creates this being. It's energizing us, it's purifying us, it's this very subtle energy of, you could say, enlightenment or bliss, just really related to the middle of the head. Just rest here for a moment. feeling, seeing, sensing. Beautiful. Now we let go of this place and we travel down to the heart through the throat. So feel, see, sense as if you're moving through an elevator, through the central channel, down into the heart. And you can choose, or you can be guided to whatever is the right location at this moment. Sometimes it changes in depending on what day or mood or time of the day we are in. So this can be your physical heart, or it can be upper, lower heart chakra, front, back of the body, whatever it is for you. And just rest your awareness here for a moment and allow that subtle prana flow to start unfolding from within you. And it's a very different prana than the one in the head. The one in the head is more enlightenment, bliss, and this one in the heart is more chi, flow, connection between you and the source, connection with yourself. So feel that for a moment. Okay, so you're feeling, seeing, sensing that by resting your awareness in your heart, there is a connection, there is a life force, a flow, a prana. Now let's use that very subtle prana to open ourselves up like a flower. You can choose someone or something or a tree or an animal or the whole earth or the universe or just source within yourself. You don't need to necessarily open to anyone or anything. If you don't feel like it, you can keep the flower closed, but have this feeling of opening up to yourself. It is you who decides whether it's completely opening up, whether it's staying closed. And what you will notice is that the more that you can open up without crossing your personal voluntary boundaries, but the more that you open up to the universe or to the source within, there will be more energy flowing from your heart to the source, from the source to your heart, but also flowing to the universe or your loved ones or whatever you chose to open up to. Beautiful. So let's bring this energy from the bliss from the head and the connection from the heart down now into our belly. Where is our personal power, fire, vitality? Feel, see, sense this sense of very deep sense of presence in your body, in your belly. And again, there will be an energy flow, prana, life force. So many names for the same. Energy flow, chi, moon. Feeling, seeing, sensing this sense of awakening of your own personal power. And there is no forcing here. So we're not forcing to have a certain type of experience or wanting to become someone that we are not. It is just allowing that energy to unfold naturally, spontaneously, arising from within. So all we need to do for that is just allow the awareness to rest in this location in the body. Now let's combine all these three different pranic flows into one, into the I force. Feeling, seeing, sensing that we can send it anywhere in the body. So let's give the body a full pranic, like flowing shower of light, liquid light. Just let it stream everywhere it wants to. And maybe already here you're aware of some blockages, maybe, where the energy can't flow through the channels, the chakras. So it's not a sense of we're going to force it through. We're not doing that at all, but we are just becoming aware of maybe some parts in the body where you can guide the energy through with your awareness. You can make micro movements with the body if you need to. Because this is the thing we do in the body, is that we become so used to our own tensions that we are not aware of it anymore. So when you move the prana through the body, you will become more aware of, like, you will have more feeling consciousness deeper into the body. And you'll start to feel, oh, maybe maybe my liver, my gallbladder, maybe my spleen, my kidneys, my ovaries, or my womb, if you're having a woman's body, or whatever it is, like spine, spinal fluid, like all these things. We can become very aware of these areas in the body, but it needs awareness. It needs very subtle awareness of the wind there, or the prana there. And when we bring together the mind and the awareness and the winds or the air, then we become the dragon riders that from ancient times have always been spoken about. So feel, see, sense the sense of now, just for a moment, the central channel, the core of our being, where most of our blockages are connected to ignorance or not knowing who we truly are. And just by bringing your mind, your awareness, and your breath, or the wind there, is clearing it, is opening it, is purifying it, energizing it. So if you feel like it, you can breathe in and out from the central channel. You can breathe in from above, breathe out from below, or the other way around. Breathe in from below, out from above, as you wish. There's many different ways that we can breathe. We can breathe also into different parts, different chakras, and breathe out from them again. But I don't want to make it too complicated. You can play with it whenever you have a moment. For now, we're just going to keep it very simple. Breathing in divine masculine from above, breathing out down into the earth, or the other way around, breathing in divine feminine earth, Mother Ocean from below, and then breathing it up into the sky and gifting it to the divine masculine. So let's do this for a little bit. Okay, now let's go to the heart in the central channel. So that location of the heart, wherever you feel it. And now resting your awareness in your heart. Feel it as crystal clear, open blue sky, or whatever color sky, maybe a night sky. But feel that sense of openness, spaciousness. And at the same time, feel that sense of that stillness in the body. So there's this very deep stillness of the body, the stillness of the being. And you connect your awareness to it. And at the same time, you're feeling this spaciousness inside, like all of your body, all of the cells, everything is just pure space. So you are grounded in that spaciousness. It's not the spaciness where you get just spacey. It's a grounded spaciousness where there is no boundaries, no limits to who you are. And yet at the same time, you feel deeply grounded in the body. Finding, feeling, sensing, imagining that your awareness is dropping through that stillness of the body into the stillness of the being, where you will find your connection to your true nature or source, experienced in different ways through stillness or through silence or through spaciousness. Beautiful. So in this connection of our awareness with our true nature, now we will reflect a moment on the pain identity. So you can choose whether you choose the pain body, the pain speech, or the pain mind, or the pain body, pain speech, pain mind will choose you. Maybe you have an issue, like a sickness or a blockage somewhere in the body, or maybe you had a fight with someone or internal conflict. So then it's the speech that chooses you. Or maybe you can't stop thinking about something or someone. Then the pain mind has chosen you. So you can choose in your self-reflections on your day-to-day life. You can choose pain body, pain speech, pain mind, or you know that one of those has chosen you. So just for a moment, just reflect on that blockage or that tension or that pain. Really from that perspective of that we are complete open awareness, that we are that sky, and that the sky is not bothered by the clouds. It's always pure, it's always there, it's naturally there. So whether that pain will come up and will become stronger when we bring our awareness to it, we experience it from that place of openness or that sky. So we know that our true nature is never harmed. It's always there protecting us. So let's open up to our pain. If it's in the body, then go directly into that area in the body. But really move into it slowly, like a dimmer switch, you could say, or like a zoom lens on a camera. So you slowly with your awareness, move towards it. You don't go hunting a deer in the forest. It's like a deer in the forest, and if you want to approach it, you have to approach it very gently. If not, it will just run away and transform into something else. So we're opening up to our pain, whether it's in the body, speech, or mind. Very slowly, gently, openly, with curiosity and love, but not like goal-oriented hunting it. Just opening up very slowly to our pain. Now allow the pain to express itself. Really welcoming that expression. And while we are opening up to that expression, it is really a welcoming, like a celebration almost, like it's a thanking, a gratitude towards that expression expressing itself. That pain is a part of us that has hold on to this story or this identification or this form or shape of pain for a long time for us to be free from it. So when we connect to it, when we open up to it and it can express itself, that is a beautiful way to dissolve, to liberate it. And sometimes the expression starts as a physical sensation, like pain, and then it changes into an emotional expression, maybe despair or anger or even rage, maybe aggressiveness or whatever it is. And then When we hold space for it and we open up to it, keep opening up to it, it might change into a thought or a belief that I'm not good enough, or a belief about someone else, or whatever it is. Just allow those expressions. It's like you're allowing all expressions just to come and go like clouds in the sky. All you're doing is allowing those expressions to move in and out of that space. You are that loving awareness. You are that curiosity. You are that space, allowing all expressions to come and go. Now I'll continue, and I want to address some people that have this experience, but they are just kind of sitting there and nothing is really happening. So for those experiences, for those people that are like, I'm not finding anything, what is going on with you basically is that you have a layer over your pain, which is, you could say, a layer of not caring or unsensitive, or that layer that always says that you're good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, but you're not really. You're just hiding your pain away. And to get there is a little bit more difficult for you because you believe that you have no pain. So for those, you wish to target it a little bit more. So not like a goal or an arrow, going into its target, but more like a little bit more actively connecting to it in the sense of going deeper. The deepest, most hidden files usually in our database are usually the ones where we hide the most pain. The more pain we have, the more deeper we go and hide it. But without us knowing that it's there, we are using a lot of batteries, we're using a lot of energy just to keep it there, basically. And sometimes it's so split off from our personalities, so much so that we don't want to see it, that it's deeply hidden. So in that sense, you need to actively, if you do want to hunt it, then you can in the beginning kind of hunt it and find those files like, okay, this is deep. This is where the pain is. And in that sense, the most easy would be to scan your body. And scan your body on tension, whether it's around the shoulders or the solar plexus or the belly, the kidneys, all these areas in the body can have a lot of tension there, which is a sign of any type of tension or stress, is a sign of pain, fear. So the process for everyone is clear. Connect to your pain in your body, speech, or mind. And the most effective are those that are current for you right now, what is coming up for you right now. Allowing that to express. And by expressing, it dissolves. And you are the awareness that is recognizing it for what it is. Okay. So if this is a recording, then you can continue, especially when you feel that you are really connecting to a very deep pain somewhere. Sometimes you find that connection, then you have to really give it time, really give it space, really give it your warmth and light and attention, loving attention. So if you are on that wave or vibe, or you are in the middle of that process, then stop the recording here and continue. Now for all the others, we will go into the bliss. So first, what we did now is to release the pain identity. And if we would do only that, then that is fine. But what we want to do is to cultivate the space that has opened up. So whether the pain was in your body, your speech, or your mind, become aware of that space that has opened up. Maybe it's very subtle, or maybe it's very intense and very strong. There is no judgment, there is no preference. Usually, actually, the subtle is much stronger. So, but again, whatever it is as it is, and it's good, whatever it is. Just become aware of that space. There's more space in my body. There's more space in my breath or speech. There's more space in my mind or my heart. And by becoming aware of that space, you're cultivating space. And by cultivating space, because it is who we truly are, what happens is when we cultivate space, is we become more spacious, which gives space for bliss. Naturally. Can be a very subtle sense of openness or a relief. Whatever it is, we're going to allow it to just arise from our hearts, arise from that space where we are resting. So again, it's not like you're creating or producing something. What you're doing is you are resting your awareness in that space. You're becoming aware of that spaciousness. You're cultivating space by resting, by becoming aware of it. And from that state of allowing that spaciousness and resting here, that opening within the tension or the pain, so spontaneously from here will arise what the Buddhists call the enlightened qualities. So you feel, see, sense, or imagine, or just allowing it to unfold spontaneously from within, are the enlightened qualities that are already living within you. And it could be anything. So it's not you who chooses it, but it comes from source itself. So it could be anything. It could be feeling more peace, or feeling more acceptance, or relief, or joy, or playfulness, or confidence, or a sense of beauty, a sense of self-love. whatever it is, there's so many enlightened qualities that can arise from this state of resting in that spaciousness. An expansion, a creativity, a presence, a fearlessness. So we're just opening, we're not trying to become anything, we're just opening, allowing these qualities to arise from within us. Now, whatever the quality is, you don't need to name it, you don't even need to understand it. It might be a physical sensation of a little bit more of life force, it might be an emotional sensation of a joy or a loving sensation. It might be more of a mental sensation of an understanding, or whatever it is. We don't need to give it names, but allow it to grow by, again, just bringing your awareness to it. The awareness is always the medicine. It brings relief to the pain, and it allows to flower whatever is the quality. So whether it's pain or bliss, the awareness brings whatever it needs. So bring your awareness to that beautiful quality, and it will help it to grow. And when you feel that that quality is growing by bringing your awareness to it, allow it to unfold or manifest in your daily life. So allow that quality to really become bigger and to manifest. So you're imagining it, feeling it, seeing it, sensing it, becoming it in your daily life. So in your personal life with yourself, in your relationships, maybe in your professional life, whatever it is, you're feeling, seeing, sensing how that quality is taking more space in your life, allowing it to manifest on all levels. Beautiful. So you can continue this as long as you wish. You can also just slowly come out of the meditation. So we will do it the same like we did last time, I think. It's like just flutter your eyes open. Just very slowly open your eyes. Feeling that inward connection to that source that is giving your life force, constantly charging your experience, your human experience. So you're feeling, seeing, sensing that sense of inner connection, that everything is happening from that inner connection and not from outer to inner, but from inner to outer. So when you see something, You're not directly giving it meaning. You're just observing it like a display of space and light, like an illusion, like a dream, like a simulation. Just the source that is empowering it all is within you. So when you're looking out, it is not a searching or trying to get that out in. It's really, you're really keeping that connection as long as you can during the day and the night until you do the meditation again next time. You keep that connection flowing, allowing that inner strength, inner courage, and that inner light to manifest.
I have a question. Yes. Would you say that bliss then is, because if you say the word bliss, people think high states of ecstasy, you know, and then you get the bliss junkie and you get this kind of like addiction perhaps to being in the bliss state. But do you feel that, like for me, when we were doing that, it was like bliss is simply the absence of pain. It's simply being completely clear and completely connected to what is, which is actually states of bliss, states of not being trapped in these different pain identities that we've built up over time.
Yeah. Yes. And I would just say bliss is our true nature. So there is some type of blissful experience, but it doesn't need to be ecstatic. Like ecstatic would be like on one hand of the ultimate bliss state, and then the more grounded bliss state would be just kind of normal, so subtle that we're not really aware of it, you could say. But you said the word clear, and this feels like the more like open state of bliss. Like imagine like your true nature is bliss, but we can't feel it when we are in pain. Exactly what you're saying. But even when we are in pain, there is still that bliss. So that clarity is still there. It's just we can't access it at the moment we are in pain because we're grasping on something. But if you would be able to allow that pain to come and go without grasping or identifying it with it, then you would be able to feel that bliss at the same time that you would feel the pain, because you know that the bliss is your true nature. The pain isn't. The bliss is. So, yeah.
Cool. And then in terms of the Diamond Dragon Dreaming, of the other work that we're doing in conjunction with this, it's like what we're doing is we are reprogramming ourselves. You know, we are reprogramming our consciousness specifically around wealth and health and everything that wealth means, right? So the importance of this work, of this meditation practice, is to identify specifically around wealth, health, this wider context of that meaning when we are beginning to identify with our pain bodies, and to then overwrite that with the bliss response instead, so that we can actually step into our birthright of wealth, of true wealth for all.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. That feels pretty blissful.
In that state of bliss. Oh, and one other thing
like
that
I'm literally on fire. Like
one other thing that came up at the beginning, you were saying with the central channel, clearing it, you can either imagine like breathing up from the earth and out through the crown of your head, or the other way around. And it was like, again, with this Diamond Dragon Dreaming, it's really about going in from the earth. We're really pulling up these earth, the the black diamond, you know, the earth star chakra. It's like, that's where the dragons are. This is that they're inside the earth, you know, and this is we're working with that Gaia 5D ascended consciousness, you know. So if you're going to choose specifically with the work that we're doing right now, really be connecting with that, you know. That's kind of a specific energy in this container.
Okay, cool. So you're saying like you prefer, in this sense, when we're doing the dragon work, you really prefer. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. It's interesting because in the Tibetan lineages of the Tumo practices that you do, we call this the bliss that comes from the earth going up in the sky. We call that the female bliss. And the one that comes from down, from the sky down into the central channel, we call it the male bliss. And the one that is like without going in or out, and just without even going directions, without any direction in the heart, we call it heart bliss, which is the most advanced state, would be the heart bliss. The female bliss would be the start. Once you know how to bring in the female bliss and that fire, because really from down you bring that fire up, and then it turns the water or the bliss or the literal liquid, you know, nectar coming from the crown all the way down, falling into that fire, you could say, is the advanced state. So if you would start with that and you wouldn't have done the female bliss, it's kind of rough. So I do understand why you want to bring it in first from the earth. That's interesting, yeah. So heart bliss. I'm on the heart bliss, baby. So, okay, nice. So I think that was enough, and then we can continue doing our work in the third session.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.